All right, good morning, Chaplain Dean Alley here. I hope everybody's doing well. I had a couple minutes. I just want to do a quick little rundown. I've been studying Isaiah, um, and it's just been profound to me. So, as you can see on the screen, that's our website. Here's our YouTube channel. Please like it and subscribe to it. It certainly helps the channel. And Lord, and we appreciate all of that. So let's just jump into it. Isaiah 40, and I'll just kind of start at 1, um, and I'll kind of walk through it as quick as I can. So, comfort ye, my people, saith your God. That's Isaiah. He's prophesying um, in Jerusalem, and it's a foreshadowing. I think Assyria is going on right now, then Babylon. However, speak ye comfortable to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity or sin is pardoned. So he's essentially offering up, the comfort. He's comforting. You know, remember the first 39 chapters. He is denigrating. He is um, essentially telling them, "Hey, you better stop what you're doing. This is what the Lord's going to do." Very prophetic, um, apocalyptic type medicine. Um, words. Isaiah, we know, is a very, very popular prophet back in the day. So you're talking. This is probably 712 BC. This is 2024. Add 712 to that. It will tell you how long ago this was written. And by the way, the original transcripts have been found of this, and it validates what's in the Bible based on the scrolls. So basically, let's see. He is, again, Isaiah 40 is the oldest manuscript there is out there. Um, they were found on the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'm not going to go into the detail of how the scholars break that down. Um, but there's always somebody's always challenging anything. But uh, God focuses on delivering His people, basically from 40 to 55, and uh, calls for the Israelites to return to the Lord. He's pleading for them to come back to Him. Um, so His blessing here is comfort. Yes, comfort my people by declaring their punishment, their time of punishment had ended, and God had basically had pardoned them at this point. And um, the people of God who construct a highway in the desert um, for the triumph, for the return of the Zion. So basically, he uses uh, object lesson type communication here, where he's talking about glasses on the highway. But let me just keep on going here. The voice crieth in the wilderness. That is the first sign of John the Baptist. So we see John the Baptist being called out here. The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness. That's John the Baptist. Prepareth ye the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert highway for God. Every valley shall be exalted. So essentially, here is a great. You're in Isaiah 40. You're in 712 BC, and Isaiah is prophesying the Lord coming, and he gives you the less. He gives you the sense of the highway um, in here that uh, make straight the desert highway, essentially for our God. God. So make a big deal, and we know that Bethlehem and the birth and all that was a very big deal. Um, let's see. So he talks about how every mountain, every hill shall be made low, all and the crooked shall be made straight, the rough places plain. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all the flesh shall see it together. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken of it. And then here we go here. And then verse 6 says, um, The voice said, "Cry," and he said, "What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and the godliness thereof is a flower of the field." Giving you an example of a field, the flower, um, the grass. Essentially, talks about in 7, the grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of God shall stand forever. Let me pause. The grass withereth, the flower will fade, but the word of God, word of our God, shall stand forever. Here it is, almost 3,000 years, and here we are reading it. All right, so it talks about Zion, which is Jerusalem. Lift up, don't be afraid. Essentially, he's gonna reign. Um, he talks about. I like this here. Who hath measured? This is verse 12. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with space. So he's got in his hand heaven and earth. Goes on to say, and he comprehends the dust in the earth in a measure and a weight of the mountains in his scale. So he's got the world, the mountains, everything, the hills, all in balance. and uh, a measure. Let's talk about what a measure is. So when you look at measure, let me see where I'm at on this. Measure. So a measure is what they call a span, and the span is a half a cubit. So Isaiah is telling us that God has the whole world in his hands, the heavens in his hands, all the mountains, everything in his hands. A measure is 9 inches width of a hand. So when he says measure, he's talking about God's hands about 9 inches wide, holding all this in his hand. That's how powerful and sovereign he is. All right, so and then he talks about revealing the counsel I saw him, uh, with whom took the counsel and instructed him in the path of judgment. So let me look at this here. So as we're looking, let's see here. Let's go to 18. To whom then will you liken to God? Or what liken will you compare to? This compares to what we're likened to Christ. Remember when we were made in God's image? This same verse here in 18 is can be looked at as a likeness. The workman molds of an image. Um, the goldsmith overspreads the gold. They're giving imagery here of a sovereign, powerful God. Let's see here. Impoverished, the trees, skillful work, part. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Has it not been told to you from the beginning? Have you not understood the foundations of the earth? He or it is he who sits above the circle of the earth, and in the inhabitants are like grasshoppers. So we're like grasshoppers compared to what the earth's like. Um, so he goes on to talk about stretches the grasshopper who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads the like a curtain. All of this, and he's in control of it. Spreads them out like a tent. Uh, he brings princesses to nothing. So he's basically going to bring everybody to to be humble, really. And um, when it talks about so it's all about the sovereignty of God. How much he's just he's in control of everything. And the human idolatry picture here um, is foolish. It's foolish, and considering Babylon's defeat of Judah, it would have been natural for people to think the gods of Babylon were superior, um, and that's not the case. Uh, So let's see. And in Babylon serving alone, the prophet argues idol, or I go on. Uh, Verse 27, why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel? Talking about Israel, that's his name. And have you not known, have you not heard the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator, the ends of the earth? Neither faint nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the weak. You stop right there. Verse 29 is very clear that um, he gives us the strength and power for us to go on every day. Um, so even in the youth shall fade and worry, and the young men shall utterly fall. Basically, it doesn't matter how young you are, how strong you are, or whatever you are. God gives us that power. Uh, and the young man shall utterly fall, but those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. So this is a good um, chapter. Number one, what did we learn? We learned that Jesus talked about John the Baptist, who proclaims that Jesus is coming. Um, he's comforting his people in this chapter, um, and which is completely different from what we've seen in the previous chapters, where it was all bad. We learned this is one of the oldest manuscripts, right? And uh, he talks. Let's see here. Scarcely planted. Scarcely shall they be planted. Scarcely shall they be sown. Scarcely shall they stalk. Take root in the earth when he will also blow on them, and they will wither, and the whirlwind will take them up like a stubble. Again, imagery of God being all powerful. Um, Again, this is just a quick little thing I wanted to do for us this morning. Um, if you would again, go to the website, take a look. If you want to contact me, you can get a hold of me, and there's a website. And please like and share and subscribe would be great. And I hope everybody has a great day. And God bless you. And I love you. This is Chaplain Dean out.